But yeah, it's already August, and it's already August. Oh dear. That means I need to do the mid-year book freakout tag, and I haven't done it yet. I'm late! Oh no. Oh no. No. To be or not to be. Hey there! Today I'm going to be doing the mid-year book freakout tag! Okay, so it's probably a good idea I explain what the mid-year book freakout tag is. So, it is very popular. Everyone's doing it. All the booktubers are doing it. So I decided I'd, run along with a pack of sheep with the pack and, be with the cool YouTubers and do the mid-year book freakout tag. Basically, it's a set of questions and that you answer. It's not like a quiz, it's more just a bunch of what was your favorite book this year? What was your this? What was your that? And you say that and that, etc. And yeah, so I've decided to do it just because, everybody else is doing it. I gotta do it, and it's also a bit too late. It's August already, but I gotta get in the action, and I don't want to wait another year. I want to do it now. So technically, it's mid-year book freakout tag with an extra few weeks. But you know what I mean. Let us now do the mid-year book freakout tag. So I have my list here and my list of books here, just so I can make sure I don't forget any, because often I'm like, wait, did I read that, or I can't remember, did I read that, But, okay, so, the first question. The best book you've read this year so far. I'm gonna say, I'm gonna have to maybe put 2 in that category, but Mistborn is gonna be one of them. Oh, don't ever have everything fall. Mistborn has gotta be just the best. This book, Mistborn, I'm sure you've heard me talk about it on this channel, but I love it. It is just great in every way. I might reread it soon so I can do a reread review. More just, Caden talks about how great Mistborn is. That's probably gonna be what it is. But the other book I read that I was like, whoa, and I love this book so much, is, just a second, let's put it back on the shelf. There we go. And the other book that I think is one of my favorites out of all the, best book I've read this year. Hard to say. I'm trying to say what best book I've read this year, as in, I've got so many, because, I'm gonna, wait, what? Okay, I'm just looking at the other questions, just because, okay, I'm going to say the other book I want to choose for this is, just got to be Dune. Dune blew me away so much. There was a few little things. I've got sticky notes in this book. There was a few little things I was like, meh, but I just liked this book so much, and it was just so good. Dune was amazing. Okay, next is the best sequel I've read this year. Oh, that's a tough one. What? Let's see. I'm trying to think. What was the best sequel I've read this year? I'm tempted to say Mistborn, the second book, but I'm gonna stay off of that and lay off of that one. And actually, I think, because, sequels are often just good. I mean, it's hard to say, because often I don't have huge opinions about sequels. Sequels are very good. Usually, most of the books I try to read, a lot of the series I read, they tend to be pretty good. Artemis Fowl, they're good. Eragon, they're good, but I didn't read that this year. Artemis Fowl, I did. Well, sort of. It's hard to say. Artemis Fowl, I read halfway in this year, so it's hard to say what counts. But I'm just gonna say a book that I definitely liked. So this is not necessarily the definitive, this is the best book ever. It's more the best. This is one of the sequels that I did like, and that is Skybreaker, which is the sequel to Airborne. I love this book a lot. It was very good, and it didn't just plummet like some sequels do. It did a good job. Good job, Kenneth Opel. I like this book a lot. Okay, so for the new release that just come out, but I haven't read that I want to, I'm gonna say The Nature of Middle Earth. It came out recently, and it's just one of the, it's kind of like the It's just one of Tolkien. It's one of the books that's about Middle Earth that his son wrote, etc., etc. And I really want to read that book. I just haven't read it yet. I don't have it yet, but I'd love to read it. That's the book I'm gonna say for this one. New release you haven't read yet, but you want to. Okay, that's probably what I'm gonna say for this one. Okay, number 4. Most anticipated release for the second half of the year. Oh boy, there are so many books coming out in the second half of the year. Not sure what to say. That's hard. That's so mean, because there's so many books I'm really excited for. I'm gonna say, the 4th Nevermore book, or Morgan Crow book. Hollowpox is the 3rd. It came out in November last year, or in 2020, and I'm really excited for the next one, because those books are just blow me away. They're very good. I'm like, whoa, so I cannot wait for that to come out this fall. Okay, biggest disappointment is next. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna say Dragon's Green. That was bad book. I did not like that book. Okay, I know a lot of people like Dragon's Green. I didn't like it. I'm sorry. I really had a ton of problems with it. I'm sorry if there's any Dragon's Green fans out there that are slowly dying inside as I say this is a bad book, but I'm sorry. I didn't like it. I really didn't like it. Like, it wasn't like a meh thing. It was actually, I just didn't like it. Like, I really had some problems with it. Like, yeah, there was definitely some things I was like, that's just bad. Yeah, anyone can like what they like, but that was a big disappointment, because I thought, oh, it would be great. Like, from what I read, I was like, it looks like such a cool book and all that. I was very disappointed by that book. Okay, so now for biggest surprise. So I'm gonna do 2 things, like the book that surprised me that I liked it so much, or that I liked it, and the book that had lots of surprises in it. So I think the one that has the book that I was surprised, I was like, oh, I actually like this book. Not that I was thinking it was going to be terrible, but it's more that I wasn't exactly expecting the most amazing book of all time. And where is it? It's around here somewhere. It's down there somewhere. It is called The Search for the Next Great Polly Fink by, what's the author's name? Ali Benjamin. And I was surprised I liked it so much. It wasn't obviously the best book I've ever read, but it's still really good, and I was surprised that I liked it. The other book that I think had a lot of surprises in it was Fountains of Silence. I can't remember who wrote that one, but it surprised me a lot with what it did. So, there you go. Favorite new author? That's gotta be Frederick Bachman. I've read one of his books so far, and it was the And Every Morning the Way Home Gets Longer and Longer review linked up in the corner. I love his writing so much, and I've read a bit of A Man Called Ove. Not very much, but a little bit the first chapter, and I love his writing so much. I think he's my new favorite author. Hands down, he's great. Newest fictional crush is the, 8th one. I don't really have crushes on fictional characters, it just doesn't really happen for me. Yeah, I'm just gonna skip this one. I'm like, meh, I just don't really do that. I mean, I have characters I like, but that's the next one. So the 9th one is newest favorite character. See if anything comes to mind. Oh, yes! Paul Muad'Dib from Dune. I love him so much. Well, sort of love him. His character is really interesting. Not saying I love him as a person. His character is really interesting, I think. He's got cool stuff happening with him. He's cool. Like Paul. There you go. One of my new favorite characters. Oh! Well, I kind of ignored Mistborn, because Mistborn is... But yes, Mistborn has tons of my new favorite characters. Yeah, tons of new favorite characters in Mistborn. I'm not going to say them all, because they're all so good. But yes, Paul and a bunch of characters in Mistborn are my favorites. The next one is a book that made you cry. Well, And Every Morning the Way Home Gets Longer and Longer by Frederick Bachman made me cry. There you go. There's your answer. But for a book that made me happy, I'm going to say Ali Benjamin's other book, The Thing About Jellyfish. It just made me happy. It was good. I don't know. It had a lot of interesting things in it, and by the end I was happy. It was a good book for multiple reasons. I loved that book a lot. It was very touching. Definitely a different tone than her other book, The Search for the Next Great Polly Fink. But yeah, I think The Thing About Jellyfish definitely is one of the books that made me very happy. Okay, so through the 12th one, second to last, it's most beautiful book you've bought this year so far or received. Well, it's sort of a book. It's actually, I don't have a lot of special editions. I wish I could. I have so many special editions that I want, and there are lots of books that I have that I really like the look of, but I didn't get them this year. Yeah, I liked the Calvin and Hobbes edition over there, but I got that years ago. Yeah, a lot of this I have had for years. I haven't gotten a lot of special editions recently or any things like that. I am looking forward, trying to grab a Cosmere Leatherbound as soon as they come out. Hopefully those will happen sometime. But I think a book that I got that I really like the look of is up here. It is Aragon's Guide to Alagasia. This took like a month and a bit to come. I ordered it. It's kind of out of print now, but you can get it secondhand or whatever. I got this secondhand. It's really nice looking, and it's got some cool information. And got some beautiful in stuff in here. It's quite a cool book. Yeah, I think it's one of the most beautiful books I've bought this year. Okay, so the final one is what books do I need to read by the end of the year? I'm gonna say that would be, okay. One of them would be Way of Kings by Brandon Sanderson. I really want to read that. I've been waiting to read that for a long time. And yeah, that's one of the books I definitely want to read this year, and I'm gonna get it at some point. It's definitely one of my, yes. Another book that I might not end up getting to this year, it's actually a series, so I might end up slating that for 2022, is the Wheel of Time series. And those of you who know will know that's a big epic with 14 books in it, and all the books are massive. Yeah. Yeah. So, the Wheel of Time, yes, the Wheel of Time is, I might want to, slate that for the beginning of 2022, so kind of an open slate, have, 2022 to read Wheel of Time until, there's lots of books in there, 14 books is the amount of books I can read in, a few months. Let's see, I've read 20 books in,
Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I hope you like this mid-year freakout tag.
Yeah, this is gonna be a long,
thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you
maybe
in
I'll
my
start
next
that in January.
video.
But Way of Kings
Never
for sure
stop
is gonna be
reading
this year.